Welcome back to Allied Bully TV, and today we have a breeder that has been making a lot of moves and putting in a lot of work over the years with production after production after production under his belt. You can surely say he's on his way to becoming a legend in this dog game. Please welcome to the show, American 8 Bullies.
What's going on? Thanks for having me, bro.
Uh, I know you could be anywhere right now, but you're here with us, so I just want to say thank you for your time. Um, I had actually got onto your page. I believe he might be a friend of yours, Divine Bully Camp Billy.
Yeah, that's bro.
Yeah. I had reached out to him and he had told me like, yeah, man, I got another guy, think you need to interview. So, that's how I came about your page. Let me get straight into some dog stuff though. Give me a little history on how you got involved with the dogs.
Man, to be honest with you, with me it was kind of different. Like we grew up with dogs, man, but we never grew up with like pit bulls and bullies and stuff like that. Like my father always had some crazy dogs, but he wasn't like a dog breeder type person. He wasn't really like into dogs like that. But if he was gonna buy a dog, it was gonna be
Right,
a
right,
right dog. But we
right.
grew up with boxers and American bulldogs, and my dad went away for a while, you know what I'm saying? And we just stopped having dogs. You feel me? My mom wasn't playing it. We couldn't have a dog for nothing. So it's
Right, right.
like, boom, once I actually got back into it, man, I just ended up buying a dog just on a humble. And at the time period, I ain't know nothing about pit bulls. I ain't know nothing about bullies and nothing. I didn't know what I had, you know what I'm saying? And then another another person that I asked a lot to get a lot of information from in the dog game put me on to it. It's like, look, bro, you got X, Y, and Z. You got some, you know what I'm saying? And bro, I'm a hustler by nature. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just started getting into it. But then once
Right.
I started getting into it, just kind of like just took off from me from there. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Speaking on what you just said, you're a hustler by nature. I noticed on your Instagram, you do like welding.
Yeah,
Is that something you
yeah,
do?
yeah. That's something I'm heavy into. Yeah,
How you get into that?
I've been welding since I'm 27, man. I've been welding since I was about 16, 17. You know what I'm saying? Just how I got into welding, man, I was getting in trouble in school and
Right.
I didn't have enough electives to, you know what I'm saying, graduate or whatever. So I ended up picking up a welding class just to get, you know what I'm saying, get my credits up so I could graduate. But I ended up really messing with it, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
then fast forward, I ended up moving to California, doing the same thing, welding, you know what I'm saying? And I ended up moving back to Cleveland and when did I move back? Like 2015, I believe I moved back to Cleveland. Yeah, like 2015. Yeah, I moved back to Cleveland in 2015, and I just never stopped welding since then. Just been going, bro. So right now I'm a pipe welder. I build like real big heating and cooling units. You know what I'm saying? So I do the welding side of the HVAC for them.
Right. I've been running across a lot of people that breed dogs, but they also like they all into all type of other stuff. Like, like me, I breed dogs, but I own a cleaning company. I
Mm-hmm.
actually own a website building company where we do like website building, SEO, search engine optimization, them type of things. So,
Right.
I'll be running across a lot of people, man, and they do a lot of different stuff, man. Like I know you saw the last interview.
Yep.
Dog Plug was mentioning that about Cleveland. Like you got to be multi-talented to kind of make it here. You know what I'm saying?
That's for sure. And that's another person I know personally. Like we got a real good relationship.
Oh,
And
okay.
he do a lot of services for me.
Okay. Yeah, I ain't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But what he said was right on the head, spot on. Like you can't be a one trick pony at
Right.
all. You know what I'm saying? It's like when the dog business is good, it's good. It's
Right.
great. When it's
Right.
good, it's great. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But then it's like right now, market slow down. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do when that market slow down? These dogs still gotta eat. And I tell people like this, I take care of my dogs. My dogs don't take care of me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
They do what they do. You take care of them. They gonna do what they do. They gonna give you back what they supposed to give you back. But meantime, in between time, you gotta keep putting that work in. Even when it's slow, you still gotta put that work in, regardless. You know what I'm saying? You can't just. You got some people that only pay attention to their female when she what they want to eat. you know what I'm saying, you can't be that type of person. You gotta be there 24/7 all the way around, even when it's slow. You gotta be there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Would you say that the XL American Bully is what you currently breed? XLs?
I breed XLs.
Okay.
I own other classes, but I breed XLs.
Okay. What makes the XL American Bully your choice of dog to breed?
Me personally, I just like big dogs. I like a bigger dog. I like a dog that's gonna, you know what I'm saying? If something was to ever have to happen, I want a dog that could perform. You get what I'm saying? That can move. But like even on the XL side, I don't like my XLs to be too heavy when they can't move. It's just as bad as having a dog, you like a little table dog, you got to help in and out of the cart. If you got an XL that's too big, you got to do the same exact thing with a
Right.
dog that's like 150, 160 and can't
Right.
move. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I just like a bigger dog that can, if something was to hit the fan, they can still do what they need to do. The other ones, they just like they cool to look at. They just cool dogs to look at, in my opinion.
Right, I agree. That's the reason why I mess with XL bullies. I like something with some movement. I like something that's gonna alert me. You know, if somebody lurking around the house, things like
Yeah,
that. I like a bigger dog,
give
so
you a
I
peace
agree
of
with
mind.
you.
Definitely
Yeah.
give you a peace of mind for sure.
What are some of the XL American Bully bloodlines that you have in your program at the current time?
So my yard got a little mix up of old blood and new blood. I got red lion on my yard. I got some old Camelot blood on my yard. I got bossy blood on my yard. I got some big baller blood on my yard. Uh, I got some rumble blood on my yard. I got a couple. I got a couple things. You know what I'm saying? That's just a few of them, but I got a couple of bloodlines in my yard.
All right. Last interview I asked a guy what was his top 10 exotic bullies. I'm gonna ask you, what is your top 10 XL bullies of all time if you had to name 10?
Man, that's hard. That's a hard
Yeah, I
question.
know it's so many.
It's so many. It's like I more so can give you a lot of kennels that I look at versus
Okay.
individual dogs
Okay.
because there's so
So
many of
so
them.
who would be your top 10 kennels though? Then that you look forward to maybe getting some of their blood or getting the dog off of their yard or something like that.
Okay. So I know you ever heard of mega bullies?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
I,
think they located out in Canada, I believe.
yeah,
Yeah.
big colorful.
Right.
I like mega bullies. Um, who else do I really like? I just had them. They were just on the tip of my tongue too. Uh, I like mega bullies. I like the Red Lion Master dude, dude Tran. I like I
Right,
like I like
right.
what he got going on. I definitely want one of the Lion King puppies for sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's a big dog, man.
Yeah, yeah, that is a big dog for sure. I like cartel bullies, man. I like I forgot the name of name of that kennel, but they got a dog named Megatron. Man, the dog is sick, bro. It's a sick dog. There's so many kennels, man. I can't even.
Yeah, I know.
You
It's
know what
so
I'm
many.
saying? It's
It's
so
so many
many.
kennels. It's so many different dogs out here.
Yeah,
Yeah. If I actually had to name a top 10,
because it's some
I had
kennels.
to think about it.
It's kennels in Brazil that got
Right,
some
right.
crazy.
It's a. Speaking of Brazil, it's a kennel right now that I've been paying attention to. Samba kennels. They got
Samba.
that stud over there, Klaus.
Yeah, I'm hip. I'm hip.
Yeah,
I'm hip.
yeah, yeah. They out of Brazil too.
Man, they dogs just be built different. Like you know a Brazil import when you see one.
Right,
Like they
right,
they
right.
built different for
All right. When it comes to XL American bullies and other classes of American bullies as well, they come in a wide variety of colors and patterns such as black, brindle, lilac, piebald, tri, and also merle. When it comes to the merle gene, there has been quite a bit of controversy on the topic. Do you think the merle gene should be accepted in the American bully breed? And if so, why? And if not, why?
I say, in my opinion, yeah. In my opinion, yeah. And that's really just off of like supply and demand reasons. That's why I say yeah, because there's so many people that's wanting it so bad. It's like you got to give people what they want. At some point, you got to give people what they want. But on the flip side of that, you got to know what you're doing too as a breeder, because breeding Merle is not like breeding any other color. Because what people don't understand about Merle is not a gene code. It's a defective gene that we just so happen to like to master to play with. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like people think just like, oh yeah, Merle is like a tricarian gene. You can't carry Merle. You know what I'm saying? It's like how old head broke it down to me, like Merle is kind of like Vinilago to us. Like the pigment don't know what it wants to be. So it comes
Right,
to the surface a certain way. You
right,
know what I'm
right,
saying? And if you don't have a Merle already with the parents, you're not gonna get a Merle in that litter unless one of the parents like a cryptic Merle or something like that. And that's one of those cases. But and the reason why I would probably say no at the same time, it would be like on the breeders end, like a lot of people don't be informational enough about Merles to even just be pushing them out like that. You get what I'm saying? And as of recently, you start seeing a lot of Merles with good bone and big dome and stuff like that, because it was a good point in time where people were sacrificing that color, that they sacrifice the size for that color,
right.
and you was getting that color, but you was losing a lot of the dog. It was like to the point some dogs was losing that whole bully look just for the
For
color.
the
They was
color.
you losing shoulder, losing dome. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that color should be like the last thing on your mind for real. If you build in the camp, you should really be worried about structure and temperament and stuff like that first before you worry about some color.
Right, right. Uh, Speaking on what you just said, why do you think the color of a dog has grown to be more important than things like health, temperament, structure? Why you think people put in so much more emphasis on color? They rather create a dog with color and health is second or health is third and temperament and structure. They put that on the back end and they focus clearly on color.
Because it's the first thing you see. It's the first thing you see when you see the dog. You know what I'm saying? Like health stuff, you're not gonna really know about the dog until you indulge with that dog. Especially if you're one of them type of people that just buy a dog just because you want to buy a dog. You're not asking the right questions, or you buy a dog from the wrong person. The breeder can't give you the right information about the dog or about the bloodline to even tell you about the health stuff. So it's like the color stuff is like that people shop with their eyes type thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a little designer wave thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a designer dog to them. They just want the most colorful dog, or you know what I'm saying, the most exotic or exclusive dog. You don't want your dog to look like everybody else's. That's how I feel why the color thing is just like that wow factor. Everybody just want it, just want it, just want it. That's the only thing they focus on.
Now, do you think, like for us as breeders, we need to kind of start focusing more on, you could bring color in, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, focus on the health, the temperament, and the structure of the dog. And that should be what we focus on first. You can always add the color in. But like I said, I see a lot of different breeders. They focusing on the color first
Mm-hmm.
and health, temperament, and structure last, which I from I don't personally agree with it, but I understand where it's coming from. It's coming from a place where people breeding dogs specifically just for money. They're not breeding dogs to push the breed forward.
Yeah, they're not trying to develop the breed further than what it is. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to, like you said, make the breed better. They just want to be money hungry behind. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's what a lot of mistakes be coming in. People hitting Merle on Merle. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Thinking you could just go enhance the Merle just because you got two Merle parents. And it's like, bro, that's not the way to go, bro. That's not the way to go at all.
Yeah, that's a lack of knowledge and a lack of information. So that's why on this platform I bring up them type of questions so maybe people that's getting into the breed, new to the breed, we can bring some awareness and let them know about certain things that's going on in the breed. As far as like you just said, you got people breeding Merle to Merle when there's no way you should be doing that.
Yeah,
So
at all.
I feel like if you breed Merle, you need to do your research on the Merle gene and actually know what you're doing before you step into that realm of breeding a Merle dog.
Yeah, because that playing with that mural, it takes stuff from being real simple to real complicated, real fast.
Right, right. Um, Now, when you think of other breeds like Rottweilers, German Shepherds, Doberman Pinschers,
Mm-hmm.
they all have an identifiable look to them.
Oh,
But
for sure.
you could put 20 to 50 American bullies in this room right now with us, and 9 times out of 10, the chances of them all looking the same is gonna be, one to
Little
one to
none.
none, one to none.
No,
So,
yeah.
what do you think we can do as breeders in this community to kind of, get to a point where the American bully can have one identifiable look to it?
To be honest with you, the honest route, a lot of people need to move out the way first. In my opinion, a lot of people need to get out the way because, and this is how I think. It's hard to get. It's easier to get 5 people on the same page than it is to get 1 million people on the same page. And with that being said, it's a lot of people that just literally just in the way. Y'all just here just to be here. You know what I'm saying? Or either trying to ride a wave or just trying to think it's a get rich quick situation. And that kind of get in the way of the true diehards to really get down and communicate with each other to come down like, all right, bro, this what we should have the standard looking like this. A dome should be like this. The bone should be like that. Muzzle should be like this. Angulation should be like this. You know what I'm saying? It's like the more people that's involved in it, it's harder to get everybody on the same page to the point where we can have that until bully like more like how the Doberman is. When you see a Doberman, you know that's a Doberman. When you see a Rottweiler, you know that's a Rottweiler. It be to the point where it's like I could walk 3 of my dogs and people would be like, "Oh, that's a bully." Then I could go grab 2 more of my dogs and somebody might be, "Hey, what's that, bro?" Not even knowing that a lot of these dogs got the same dogs in them. You know what I'm saying? They
Right,
just
right.
it's just physically they just look totally different. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's where the problem come in at because there's so many people in it and people trying to take shortcuts and add this and add that. That's why you're getting all these different looks. And by so many people involved in the way of it, no, it's hard for us to communicate and get us all on the same page to get a general look of what the Excel is supposed to look like. Because if you ask anybody, an Excel supposed to look like this or an Excel supposed to look like that. Everybody got their own opinion and vision on what an Excel supposed to look like. Hell, with any class of the bully, what they supposed to look like. You could put any class next to each other, and all of them classes gonna look totally different.
Right. You know, it's a breed standard for every class in the American bully. Um, like you said, people continually add dogs in and hang paperwork. So you can't really know what's behind the dog when you got people still adding dogs in because they maybe want a bigger head on the
Mm-hmm.
dog, or they maybe want more mass and things of that nature. But I just feel like, at this point, 2024, it's enough dogs in the gene pool already from what we have that we just need to,
Mm-hmm.
breed what we got and keep moving forward with it and stop adding dogs into the breed.
That is
Um,
that I agree with that for sure. I definitely agree with that, and that's exactly why I say a lot of people need to just go ahead and just pack it up, and move out the way. Because
right,
y'all, those the people that's the problem.
right, right. Um, when it comes to the temperament of a dog, what are some red flags in a dog's temperament that may prevent you from saying, hey, I just can't breed that dog?
I feel like with me personally, I don't like. I like a dog to have some fire, but I don't like a dog to have too much fire. Cause like people don't understand is temperament is genetic. Temperament is very genetic, bro. Even if your dog don't display it from the get go, it's in them. The environment pulls it out of them. Most dogs with bad temperaments, it don't normally show or get out of control. Even if it do show early, some people don't know what the signs are of it. You know what I'm saying? And then by the time they realize it, bro, those temperaments normally display around like full maturity, around like that 2 year mark, 3 year mark. Now your dog kind of out of control and all this other stuff. You can't figure out why. And again, you probably didn't ask the breeder enough questions or where this dog came from, or did enough research on the bloodline of where this dog came from. Did it come from a fiery bloodline? Did it come from a working bloodline? You know what I'm saying? And me, I breed. I sell a lot of my dogs get sold to families, people with a lot of kids and stuff like that, bro. I sell dogs to like truckers and people that's just gone. They want their dog have a dog to hold the house down, but it still need to be. It need to be able to perform, but still have a good temperament where their wife can handle this dog or their kids can handle this dog. And if I go when I buy dogs, if I can't go physically see this litter or put my hands on this litter, bro, or even meet the parents or pull up to your yard and see what's going on, I'm not buying that dog. You know what I'm saying? Because like I want to go see if this puppy in here whooping on every puppy in this box. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want to see if this dog biting all the time. I want to see how this dog is as a puppy, because then I can get a general outlook of how this dog is gonna be eventually later on down the road. But that don't mean that I probably won't get the dog. It'll just prepare me for what I need to do to tame this dog now to be able to actually work with this dog. You know what I'm saying? But if I do enough research and I find out that the dad act like that, the granddad act like that, or like I'm saying, it's like always acting like that in that gene pool, I'm probably gonna stay away from that dog because I don't want to add that. I don't want to add a problem into my yard. Then I go sell the problem to a customer, and no, that's coming back to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like we take a lot of responsibilities as breeders is when we selling these dogs, because we liable for a lot of stuff that happens after the dog is actually sold.
It's good you say that because it's a lot of breeders out here that just breed dogs and they just looking for, money. It don't matter who's coming to buy the dog, long as you got money here, and they don't never want to talk to you again.
Yeah,
Um, Go ahead.
yeah, that's wild. I know I ain't gonna put no names to it, but I know breeders that's like that. You know what
Right,
I'm
right,
saying? And I had so many customers come back and come tell me they'd buy a dog from me, like y'all had to get rid of a dog that I got from X, Y, and Z because this and that and the third. And it's like, I see that a lot and I understand it. But it's like this with it. Bro, if you get a dog from a breeder, bro, and something happened with this dog, or they go to call, you go to call and they don't answer the phone, bro, it's bad, bro. Like, yeah, that's real bad. And for me, I got customers that done bought dogs for me 3, 4 years ago that still call me. I answer the phone middle of the night. What's going on? I'll
right,
give you.
right,
I'm the breeder that's gonna give you tips on feeding your dog if you need a dog trainer. I don't train dogs as a service, but I'm linked in with dog trainers. You know what I'm
right.
saying? I'm the breeder that's gonna. You can call me at any time, and I'm gonna point you. If I don't have an answer for it, I'm gonna point you to where you need to be. We're gonna get you an answer as quick as possible for whatever the situation is. I'm one of those breeders that I care about my dogs. I'm one of the ones that, yeah, I'll sell you this dog for sure, but if something go wrong, you can't have this dog, you can't handle this dog, bro. I will buy this dog back from you. Bring me my dog back. I'm not the type that's just gone, or the dog gone. I don't even think about it no more. Like, nah, bro, I don't want to look up and see a picture of my dog on the, you know what I'm saying, the shelter somewhere. Like, bro,
Right.
I literally be online and be going through these shelters, making sure, like, I just be looking like, man, I know my dogs when I see my dogs. So, you know what I'm saying? That's like, I really care about what I'm doing. I done had situations where, dude, I done turned down, well, what was it, like 5, 6 grand for a dog, bro? Turned down it was like 5 or 6. I turned down that bread because I know that this dog gonna get 120 pounds, 130 pounds. Bro, you live in a 1 bedroom apartment and it's just nah, bro. Like, no, it's not about the money, bro. If I'd rather been a gator dog to my brother on the co-own before I even sell a dog to somebody, and then knowing that this dog gonna be in a shelter, or you been trying to figure it out what you got to do with this dog in the next 6 months or a year from now. It's like, no, I'm not one of them breeders at all.
Right. What you just said about, answering the phone for people 3 a.m., 4 a.m.,
Mm-hmm.
1 a.m. in the morning from somebody who purchased a dog from you in the past. You saying that is something, I'm 47 years old, man. so I've been around dealing with dogs for quite a little bit of time. And you know, back in the day, when you bought a dog from a breeder, it basically would come with a mentorship. Basically, like people actually help up and coming breeders who purchase a dog from them. They helped them,
Mm-hmm.
they mentored them, answered all their questions, things like that. But you don't really see that too much going on now in this day and time. It's still going on, but like I say, it's far in between. Few people who probably still doing it. But that was good hearing you say that. Um, I want to speak on outcrossing, line breeding, and inbreeding.
Okay.
Can you kind of explain what each of those three things are to the viewers who may not be familiar with those terms?
Okay. Crossbreeding is low key self explanatory. Crossbreed. You know what I'm saying? It's two different breeds being crossed together. That's
Right,
easy. Line breeding is when you breed in you breed in two dogs that may be related down the line. You know what I'm saying? They're not immediately
right, like a auntie to a nephew.
type. You know what I'm saying? And inbreeding is literally like what it is. It's you taking like a mom to a son or a father to a daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally what an inbreed is. And most people with inbreeding, I'm not a huge fan of inbreeding, and that's just me personally. But what I do with inbreed, if the situation and circumstances is right, because people got to understand what you're doing when you're inbreeding. People inbreed to double up on something, to lock a gene in. And what you don't realize is you might be focusing on that one good gene that you're locking in or double up on, but you're probably not focusing on that bad gene that you're locking in and double up on. So you got to be real careful about inbreeding. It's real tedious. It's to the point where it's like, I really don't indulge with it myself. I really go do a line breed before I do an inbreed.
Correct. Like you just said, people inbreed for reasons where they want to lock in that big head. It might be a big head they trying to lock in, but at the same time, the dogs have easty westy feet plus a
Mm-hmm.
high rear and things of that nature. So when you do an inbreed and like you said, you locking in all of those bad genes as well, and you may get those bad traits to show in your litter instead of the good ones that you was trying to lock in. So you got to be careful inbreeding.
Yeah, even to piggyback off that, it's like you got to think about it even with the temperament side of it, what you're doubling up on. You know what I'm saying? You might have a terrible attitude, a messed up dog. It's like just because you inbred it and doubled up on some fire, bro. You know what I'm saying? If these both of these dogs is got some go behind them, bro, and there's some real fire behind them dogs, bro. You just doubled up on that. Man, it better be you better been breeding for your own personal dog, not for out here to be selling some dogs. That's my opinion though. That's just my opinion though. People do what
Right.
they do.
Um, while we discussing breeding, female dogs typically have their first heat cycle at around 6 months of age, in some cases later. In your opinion, what is the appropriate age to breed a female dog for the first time?
For me, it's around that 2 to 3 year mark for me. And only reason I say 2 to 3 because I breed on third heat, and that's why I say the 2 to 3 mark because I was taught to breed a dog on our third heat. You know what I'm saying? That may fall in between that 2 year mark and may fall in between that 3 year mark. Like you said, some of them had their first heat at 6 months. Some of them had their first heat later on. You know what I'm saying? It just really boiled down to that female, to be in my opinion. But me, I'm a third heat type of dude.
Are there any pre-breeding procedures that you do to your female dogs to have them prepared and ready for breeding? Like, is it something that you do with your females if you about to have an up and coming breeding with this female? Is it anything you do in particular to get them ready for the breeding?
Uh, Prenatals, definitely get prenatals in them early. As soon as I get confirmation that they pregnant, they on prenatals. As soon as I find out that they took, bro, they puppy food. Well, not any just any puppy food. Got to be a puppy food that's for pregnant and nursing moms or whatever. Making sure that they got enough calcium so when they do go into the lactation stage, they developing enough milk. You know what I'm saying? Because the last thing, like you said, we all do other things outside of breeding. The last thing you want to do is have a litter of 8 to 10 puppies and you in here bottle feeding every 2 hours just because she didn't lactate enough.
Right, right. Now, I have heard different opinions on the topic of breeding a female dog on consecutive heats.
Okay.
Some say they breed their females on consecutive heats, while others say they like to skip a heat cycle or two before breeding their female again. What is your opinion on the topic of breeding a female on consecutive heats?
It boiled down to the dog. And for me, it boils down to the dog. Some dogs snap back faster than other dogs do. Some dogs have an easier birth than other dogs do. And you could breed the same dog twice back to back, and first pregnancy might go smooth. That second one, it might not go as smooth. Dog might get stuck. Might have to do an emergency C-section. Uh, Puppy might breach it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It might take her. She might get stressed out during the second pregnancy. She might not snap back as fast. So it really depends on the female when she snaps back, and if I feel like that she's healthy enough to breed back to back. Like I have dogs that I have bred back to back. But then I have dogs that I've skipped too. It's like, no, I don't think she snapped back fast enough. I'm gonna give her some time to actually get herself all the way back together before I even jump back into it. So it depends on the dog for me.
All right. If you could work with another Cleveland breeder, it has to be someone you haven't worked with yet. Who would it be?
Um, I got a I got a co-ownership with a kennel, but we haven't really did no work together. And that's only elite. They got the big boys over there, Rocco and Judd. Um, who else? What's his name? LOM Tez. He got Beast Mode over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I was just looking at his page this morning
yeah, he
too.
got
Funny
some.
you say that.
Yeah, he got some heat. He got some heat over there. I definitely want to do some work with him for sure. Uh, who else? It's a lot of breeders. I wouldn't say a lot in the city, but it's a couple breeders in the city. I definitely would do some work with for sure. That's just naming two of them, but it's a couple out there. If I forget somebody, it ain't personal, bro, for
Right,
sure.
right, right. Speaking on collaborating with other breeders, how do you feel about doing co-owns with other breeders or doing co-owns with customers?
I won't do a co-own with a customer. That's just me. If you come in as a customer, you're a customer. I
Right,
got to put a lot of that's a lot of trust to put in somebody that I don't really know. Like I said, I care about what these dogs go to, and me now I'm real emotional about my dogs, bro. Like I don't want to fall out with nobody just because you know what I'm saying. You didn't know what you was getting yourself into, and I believed in you enough without having enough information about you. So it's like I don't want to set us both up for failure in that situation. So I won't co-own with a customer. If I co-own with anybody, bro, you a part of the camp. You're a part of the camp. You know what I'm saying? If I throw you a co-own, you Americanate. You know what I'm saying? It's rather if you was had your own thing going on and your motion slowed up or whatever, or you jumped in too early or too far ahead of yourself, bro. Now you trying to find somebody to get up under, whatever the case may be, some stuff like that. Then I will co-own because we all as breeders, we all run across dogs that like, man, I wish I could keep him, but I don't got enough room for him. You know what I'm saying? And that's where those situations for me come in at. Some people go on just because they cover it up because they can't sell the puppy. That's what people. That's why when people go to co-own for what customers at, that's where that come in at, in my opinion, because people They just breed, like I said, breed dogs, and just breed dogs just to breed dogs, just to have the money come through and not understand how the market works. And now you stuck with these dogs, and you don't want to stop looking like a breeder. So what they do is go find somebody that's looking for a dog that didn't want to pay you what you wanted from the beginning, and now you like, look, I got this boy I can't keep, whoopty whoopty whoop, or I got this girl I can't keep. We can do a co-own and this and that, the third, and that's how I feel like that be coming about a lot of times. Only time I do a co-own, if you part of the camp and it's a dog that I need to keep from my program, but I don't have room for it.
Right. I agree. When you doing a co-own, it kind of got to be like with somebody you are very, 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 very close with, and
Mm-hmm.
somebody that you done had dealings with when it comes to, financial stuff and things like that. Because I be seeing a lot of it, on social media where people they do co-owns with somebody and then they done fell out maybe over money, or maybe, this person was taking the dog and studying them for a certain amount of money and he wasn't
Yeah, you
bringing
want to
it
cut
back, splitting
me
it
in?
with him and this type of thing and paperwork and all type of stuff like that. So I think when you do a co-own, it need to be with somebody that you can trust, and somebody that 100% is loyal, and you deal with them outside of this dog stuff as well.
Yeah, like
Because
it got to be deeper than for me to do a co-own, bro. It got to be. It's first of all, it's deeper than money because it ain't gonna be no money in exchange in the first place. For me to do a co-own, you got some people to be like, uh, give me 1,500 and we can buy in on a co-own. And it's like, was it for the co-own at that point? You know what I'm saying? Was it, or was it just you needed some money? You couldn't get this dog off for sure. Like I said, I do a co-own, bro. We family now, bro. Bro, we throw like at our yard, bro. It's cookouts, all types of damn. You know what I'm saying? Every weekend in the summers or when it's nice outside, bro. You here? You know what I'm saying? Like you family at that point. You feel me? And 9 times out of 10, you already was family before the co-own even came about. You feel me? So it's like I'm not gonna just give you know what I'm saying, anybody just a dog for nothing, especially with these dogs be worth. I'm not gonna just give it to you, bro. And I look up and bro, you done gave the dog to your people somewhere, you and your girl done fell out, she done took the dog somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Or like you said, people been to stud the dog out and not cut me in or some crazy stuff. It's like a lot of stuff I do is definitely been trial and error. Like I either been there before, bro, and it's like 9 times out of 10 I've been there before and I see it coming. It's like, nah, I'm cool. I'm good on it. You won't see me even really. You won't see me post nothing about a co-own.
right,
I see people literally
right,
posting
right,
co-own this, co-own that. You won't see me posting a co-on, bro. If you got a co-on for me, bro, won't nobody know but besides me and you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's if I co-on, it's about furthering the program. It's not about just being stuck with a dog and I couldn't get it off. Like, no, bro, I could have sold this dog to anybody. Like, I'm not tripping about no money. If I do a co-on, it's still literally further my program. But I just didn't have room for this dog here, and I'm trusting you to do this. And at the same time, I'm bringing you in as a partner. Now we're kennel partners at that point now, bro. Shows you coming to when this dog drop a litter or produce something, bro, you getting your worth back the same way I'm getting my worth back. You know what I'm saying? We partners at this point.
right. When it comes to nutrition of your dogs, it's various types of food people feed out here,
Uh-huh.
kibble, raw. What are you feeding your dogs right now? And also, what supplements are you using right now, if you're using any supplements?
I don't use supplements. I don't use supplements, and it's not that I'm against supplements. It's one of those things when I'm learning about. I'm getting into reading about supplements and everything else because like I'm not the type just to go grab something just because everybody else got buying it just to get it their dogs. I'm not. I want to know why this goes. You know what I'm saying? Why is this? Why should this be there? And what does it do? What does it do for the dog? Is it worth me buying it? Am I already giving my dogs this by the way that I'm feeding them? Do I need this supplement? But for the last 4 years, been raw feeding. So supplements never really crossed my mind because it's like they already kind of getting, it ain't even no kind of, they already getting what they need. If I do a supplement, it'd be, I probably won't, I don't know. I'm not really, I probably won't, I don't see a need for me to really add supplements. It probably is a reason. Like I said, that's why I'm reading or reading up on it now. but I'm not a supplement person. But I'm definitely a raw feed guy for sure. And when I say raw feed, it just don't mean I'm throwing ground beef in a bowl and just letting my dog just eat a clunk of ground beef. Like people don't understand. Raw feed don't mean raw meat. It means everything is raw. Vegetables are uncooked. You know what I'm saying? Fruits are uncooked. You see what I'm saying? They still getting a balanced diet. It's just a raw diet.
Right, right. Speaking on the supplement stuff, people don't understand the word supplement. That means you're
Substitute.
supplementing
You
something.
substituting something.
It's something that you're missing from the dog's diet, so you need to add it in there.
Exactly.
But you got so many people who are taking things like, they might put kibble in the bowl, then they putting all of, some dine on there, they trying to get their dog bigger and all of this other kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And really they causing a lot of damage to the dog because especially in this breed, the XL American Bully breed, you kind of got to let these dogs mature first.
Yeah.
You kind of got to let their bone, grow, let their bones seal first
Mm-hmm.
so that you don't, cause problems like, hip dysplasia and things like that because you overfeeding the dog at such a young
And
age.
you
And
putting all of that weight on undeveloped bones, and a lot of people don't. So a lot of people don't get this. Even breeders, a lot of people don't get this, bro. A lot of defects that you see with the XL dogs, I'm gonna say, a lot of the times, bro, they're not genetic defects. They defects that you caused. You know what I'm saying? They're your dog eat. You might have a dog that had parents with perfect feet, and your dog east and west. You can't figure it out why, because bro, you've been like you said, been power packing this dog. You know what I'm saying? All these extra supplements, all these dimes, and all the other stuff, and now this dog's super overweight. Growth plate's not fully developed. You just put all of that weight on some undeveloped bones. Now you get this bowed out look. You spread it out feet. You're not raising their bowls when they're young so they can eat. So they growth plate's not developing right. You know what I'm saying? It's like imagine you trying to imagine you somebody making you eat in a push-up position from the age that you 7 months old all the way out to you 15, 16 years old, bro. Your shoulders gonna be dog, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like the same way you lean on yourself and your arms spread out, that's the same way that they doing. When they leaning down on that bowl, they hands spread. You know what I'm saying? Lift that up, correct their feet, and make them stretch and work into that bowl. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you giving them time to actually you giving them time for that structure to actually like mature on itself the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like a dog, it's the same thing where if you leave a dog in a cage for a long time, for you let this dog out his cage for 2-3 hours a day for the first year of his life, bro. Dog spine all hunched over. You know what I'm saying? Because you let the bones develop as he's hunched over in the cage. So it's like now you like somebody see you, you be like, man, your dog angulation off, and there might be some genetics. No, no, it's you what you did, bro. It's what you did. You didn't let this dog stretch. You didn't give him room. You didn't. And all you did was pack him full of food. Just pack him, pack him, pack him. Now you sitting here stupid, overweight, bones look dumb, feet look stupid. Now you can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't figure out why you can't stud this dog out because people looking at your dog. Like, man, I don't want to put that in my yard, but they not even knowing that it's not even a genetic thing. It's something that he did to the dog to make the dog look like that. Even when they have puppies, bro. You have a breeder have a litter of puppies and puppies on glossed hardwood floors or tiles. And it's like, dude, all of them puppies angles about to be dog, bro, because you ain't give them nothing to keep them no kind of grip on. So now they got these weak hips as puppies and they trying to run, they sprawling all on the floor. They can't actually get themselves up. So now you got a dog that might be walking late. You know what I'm saying? You might think something wrong with the dog. Everybody else running around, but this one dog just not trying to walk. Bro, he not building no strength. None of these dogs are building strength. They just sliding and flipping everywhere, bro. So it's like, bro, they hips all dogs and everything else.
let us know what you got coming up and what are your plans for 2024 when it comes to the dogs.
Man, I got some. Me personally, 2024 for me, I'm probably not gonna be dropping a lot of productions for 2024. I got two breedings. I got two breedings for sure that's dropping this year. I mean, yeah, this year that's for sure. That's lined up. But this year is really about for me and my kennel. It's about development for these puppies that I did keep out of these last few breedings. Those my next generation of dogs, and it's time for me to hone in on them. I'm not the breeder that's gonna have a puppy for you to buy every day. I don't breed just for the money. I breed for if I need something or I need to add something, like I said, to further my yard. If I sell something, I sell something in between time. You know what I'm saying? Cool, you better catch me while I got them. When I don't, I'm not the person just to be having 30, 40 dogs just to be having them for sale at one time. That's not me.
This episode of Allied Bullies TV is being brought to you by K9 Super Supplements Puppy Formula. This awesome supplement contains green tripe, goat's milk, biotin, along with 6 other ingredients to promote growth and development, support immunity, digestive health, bone health, and also skin and coat health. Head on over to K9supersupplements.com today and grab yours.